Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm filming in my brand new living room because our new couch just arrived today and I was so excited to actually sit in it, and I can't wait to sit later on today and actually edit this video for you guys. So I'm breaking the couch and filming my first video. There are quite a lot of cars going by outside, so I'm not sure if that's something that will be picked up by the camera. So if that's something that's bothering you guys, I won't film in here anymore because my room is a little bit more quiet, but I just wanted to sit here today with a cup of tea, enjoy my new flamingo mugs. I think I've got like a hay fever or like allergies because I keep sneezing today. Anyway, I asked you guys on Instagram yesterday if you wanted to see an empties video, if you wanted to see an HRT update video. Most of you voted for HRT, and I get that because it's been so long since I spoke about anything regarding my transition. And there are a few reasons for that, so let me explain first. So April 5th is my 1 year anniversary. So yesterday, 2 days ago, I hit 13 months on estrogen, which is pretty crazy. That's a big milestone for me, I think. I think my last update was in September, so my 6 months update, and I just haven't mentioned anything about that since then. The reason for that is because I met someone really amazing, and I think I felt very like normal for the first time in a long time, and I think I just wanted to take some time to myself and my relationship and just feel a bit disconnected to social media and having to be so open and so public about everything. And I think that really helped me sort of get to know myself and calm down in a way. I think it's just very healthy to sometimes take a step back and do something for yourself, and that's what I did. I'm having such a bad hair day today. Please work with me. I cut my hair short-ish last week, 2 weeks ago, which is pretty cool. It's very different from what I've had before, but I'm enjoying it quite a lot, which is just delightful, I wanted to say. Yes, I wanted to take some time to myself, and I did, and it was great. And I feel a lot more calm about speaking so publicly about my transition again. One thing that really hit me is that after I'd been on estrogen for like 6 months, is that I felt so like normal, that it was just normal for me to be a girl and to be on estrogen, and I didn't feel a big need to constantly like remind myself that I am transgender. Like, it's not something that takes up a lot of space in my mind, and I think it's not something that should take up a lot of space in other people's minds either. Me being transgender is something that is personal because it's something that doesn't really regard anyone else than me and the partner that I choose to date, and also the friends and family that I've known before I transitioned, because it took some time for them to get used to that as well. I don't want me being transgender to be something that's a big part of who I am, because I feel like it's my gender identity. It's not something that should matter or something that I'm gonna spend a lot of time thinking about. So before I started, I thought this is gonna be a huge topic on my YouTube channel, but now I'm just like, I definitely want to speak about it because I'm very open about anything. You guys know that. It's just not something that I feel like is so important for me anymore. So the past year has been the best year of my life. It's been an incredible journey. I got to do so many things that I really wanted to do last year. I got to travel to Benalmádena in Spain, Malaga in Spain, Berlin. I went to Liverpool, Manchester, Stockholm, Oslo. I went to travel so much, and that was so like liberating for me, like going through my journey, just getting around, like getting out of my comfort zone and like seeing a bit more. Obviously starting estrogen hormone treatment is the biggest thing that's happened to me ever, I think. So that's like, it made the year so magical. I was in Mixed Face Awards, only like the first round, but that's something that meant a lot to me as well, to try that. I met someone really incredible when I was in Spain. He's my cute English muffin, and I love him with all my heart. We met each other a few days before my birthday, and we actually celebrated my birthday together, and he ended up becoming my boyfriend and my best friend and someone that I can talk business with and hopes and dreams and everything. I don't think I've ever met anyone who understands me quite like him, and meeting a partner just when I started my journey just did something very magical for me. Oh, gotta sneeze. I met him a few days before going up on double doses the first time. So he's basically been with me from the beginning of the journey. And I'm just so grateful to have had that experience with him. He definitely made me feel a lot more comfortable with my body because he's seen all the changes and seen my boobs grow and my hips and everything like that. And it's just been very empowering in a way to like have someone else celebrate those like victories with you. Obviously he lives in England, I live in Denmark, so it's like it's been long distance, but it's just made everything so like interesting and fun and exciting. And I think just meeting him at that time in my life helped me grow, feel more comfortable in my own body, feel more comfortable when it comes to sex as well, which is obviously, I hope you guys are not too young, but I think I'm just always gonna be very grateful to have met him. The past few months have been a little troublesome when it comes to us, but I think that's like long distance. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I will always love him with all my heart and just cherish it. I got someone who was my best friend and a boyfriend and like a business partner. I just felt very lucky to have had that. When it comes to like mental changes, I think from my first videos, I felt a little bit like crazy sometimes. I think the first 3 months on estrogen, maybe 4 months, was the most like crazy months because I was very like unstable. I was very panicky and had a lot of like anxious feelings. It felt like a huge change in the way that I reacted to things because my anxiety was wild and crazy, but I was also getting to know myself in a much deeper way. So it was just all sort of like chaotic and amazing because it was obviously like changes I had been looking for so long. I went up in double doses right before my birthday. I think that was July something last year. So I went up to double doses, which was 2 milligrams of estradiol. And it was so crazy because just after that, my nipples like got those like hard thingies on the inside. And those like tiny hard balls that developed in like a few days back in June or July are like massive now. Like there's so much like volume in my boobs now. And they aren't really painful anymore. Some days they are a little bit sore, but it's not the same kind of pain because I feel like I have a little bit more like volume to protect them now. But there was definitely a time where they were very sensitive and very painful, especially right around the nipple. So that's something to look forward to if you're gonna start estrogen, like you're gonna have very sensitive boobs. One of the best things that I did for myself, which might seem so crazy to some of you guys and so like vain, was that after 6-7 months on estrogen, I went into a brand, like a luxury brand called Hunkemøller, and I bought myself my first bra, which was a push-up bra, like lots of volume in it, and it just changed the way that I looked at myself. I just felt so much more comfortable in my own body. It gave me such a huge confidence boost. Even on days when I'm very dysphoric and don't feel good, I'll wear something like this. I obviously have like pushed up my boobs quite a lot now, so you guys can see. But like looking at myself like this gives me so much more confidence because it feels so right that this is how I look now. So that's the tip I want to give to you guys. Go find a bra. Like if you like me are very feminine and you like looking like, if you like boobs, go buy a bra. It was one of the best things I did for me. I have a few now, but some of them are a little bit cheap and I don't really like to wear them, so I would invest in something that's nice quality so it doesn't hurt and so that it can also push up the boobs a little bit. From what I've heard and the way that my doctor and most doctors in Denmark do it is that your boobs will grow like 2 to 3 years, which means that my boobs will still grow for another year or 2. I think that's pretty great because considering the volume I have now, I'm already pretty pleased when I have my bra on, so I'm very excited to see how much they're actually gonna grow. Okay, so boobs. I feel like that's the biggest change and also something that people really notice and ask about. I was in our Friday bar at work one day and one of my old colleagues were actually like staring at my boobs, like no contact with my eyes, just like my boobs. So I know how other girls feel now. That was kind of funny and also awkward situation to be in. Before moving on, I just want to insert some photos of my body right now. I took these today, 13 months after started estrogen. So what you guys can see is that my hips have definitely widened a little bit. I'm a lot more like fat on my hips, which is nice. I really like that. I'd say my butt, my hips, my boobs have all like really gained some weight and some fat. Even so much sometimes that my skin has been itching because I could feel that it was growing or expanding. My waist has gotten a little bit smaller and slimmer, which is great. I do corset train or like waist train sometimes. Lately I haven't been so good at it just because I had too much stuff on my mind, but it's definitely something I like doing just to keep my waist as small as possible. I have gained a lot of weight the past 6 months, like a lot of weight. Not necessarily in bad places, but also on my tummy and my arms and my thighs. Before, if I just ate pretty healthy, I would not gain any weight, and if I worked out like maybe once a week, it would be completely fine. Now, if I want to look fit as I did before, I will have to work out, I would say, like maybe every other day. So my fat deposits are a lot different now. I gain weight like this, which is kind of annoying because I love food and I love all kinds of food. And I have to sometimes behave myself, otherwise I will gain a lot of weight. But besides that, I think my body feels strong and healthy. There hasn't been any complications. I think my skin has just continued softening a little bit. Hair in the body has minimized a lot. I no longer think that I'm gonna need like laser removal most places on my body. I'm gonna go for some touch-ups on my face very soon. I'm not as dry as I used to be. And I think the only thing that I really notice sometimes physically is that I can become very tired and that I don't have as much like strength as I did a year ago. Like my body, especially my arms and my legs, will become tired a lot faster. So I think those are all the like physical changes as far as I remember. Probably. I think my face changed a lot as well. Especially if you look on my videos from like 3 years ago until now. So I think that's something that is going to change a lot more as well, I hope. Exciting and fun. I think the way that I see myself, the way that I react, and the way I see the world is a lot more in like alignment, I don't know if you can call it that, with myself, and I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel a lot more trust in myself. I would say I'm more emotional in a way, but I'm also more secure in my logic, so I'm not as chaotic as I used to be. I definitely cry a little bit faster now, and especially if I have like days, like yesterday for example, I was feeling a little bit down, and I think I cried maybe like 3 times, not a lot, like not like bawling my eyes out, but just like cried a little bit over things like watching Drag Race and watching a Disney movie and getting a cute text and stuff like that. So more emotional, but also more grounded. I think all in all, it's just made me more of a balanced person. I hope that my like tiredness will go away, because that's something that I struggle with quite a lot. But I think that's also affected by things in my life that I am not happy with. I get a lot of questions from you guys just about to start or just started your hormone replacement therapy about my doses, and what I am on is 25 milligrams of AndroCure. Looks like this. This is the testosterone blocker, and the active ingredient is cyproteranacetate, just in case you guys were wondering. And then I am on 4 milligrams of estradiol, which is the estrogen. Oh, that was my name. It's just tiny little pills, and I take 2 of those every single day. This is 2 milligram tablets. Oh, that's actually one important thing that I wanted to say, guys. A big lesson that I learned the past year is that you won't die if you don't take your pills for 1 day. You won't wake up without boobs. You'll wake up feeling fine. Also, if 2 days passes by, I've forgotten my hormones like up to 2 days a few times, and I've also ran out and not being able to get some for like a day or 2, and I felt fine. So you don't have to stress too much about that. It can happen and it's okay. The only thing I do want to say is that I've noticed if I don't take the pills sort of at the same time of day, so like after my breakfast in the morning, or if I sleep late and my like sleep schedule is like this, it can sort of affect my mood and my energy level. So I would be more aware of like trying to hit the same time of day to take your pills, and always take them with a meal, because that will make you feel a lot better and a lot more balanced. I think that's the last tip I have. Do you guys like my new flamingo cups? I thought they were so cute. So I bought 2 of them so they didn't have to be alone. That's about all from me. I don't think I have anything more to tell you guys. I probably forgot to mention at least a few things, so I will put anything that I forgot in the down bar. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me either here or on Instagram or wherever you are watching. That is completely fine. I might do another Q&A video soon if there are any questions you guys want me to answer. So thank you for watching and celebrating with me my 1 year on estrogen update. I feel very happy and very blessed that I am able to live my life like I do right now, and I'm happy to share with you guys whenever I feel like I have something important to share. So I'm guessing my next video will be an empties video since that was downvoted compared to this one. If you guys don't already, please feel free to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I will have links for that down below. So enough babbling for today, guys. I love you and I will talk to you very, very soon.